guys, no green screen for this one because the green screen's out in the garage. I'm making myself a thing of green tea. I thought since I have a bunch of stuff that I've got to cut down, and I know you guys like it, and I'm just gonna do it as one cut. What I'm gonna do is I am just going to do a time-lapse cardboard cutting. I have 3 knives out there. I didn't ever do a real heavy duty, ooh, hey, tea is done. I never did a really heavy duty cut test on my S90V Benchmade. I've had S90V in the past, but somebody asked me and I was like, you know, I've never really done a hard test on this one. They were asking about Benchmade's S90V. So I figured why not, since I have a bunch of stuff. I have a suitcase that's got to get cut up so I can put it in the trash. I've got a bunch of cardboard from boxes and stuff that my wife has brought back. So we're just going to film a cardboard cutting. It's gonna be like cardboard cutting AMSR. So let me get my tea ready and I'll meet you guys out in the shop. Started on this. I got all these boxes to cut up. I got 3 knives I'm going to use. I'm going to sit here in my chair. I'm going to use my Benchmade 940 and the Shikari, and I need to do the test on this shielded knives. I still have not finished the full reprofile. It still has that really low spot, but I just want to give it a good cut test, see how it feels in hand. So there's no better way to figure out whether a knife is going to cut the way you want than to actually cut with it. I have some other stuff over here you'll see me using during the test. I've got a wood stick. I will speed this up in and out. If I'm talking, I'll talk about how the knives feel in hand and stuff like that. But I will give myself a cue so that I know when to start and stop the time lapse and speeding up. So I think I'm gonna start with the shield, and I gotta cut all these boxes. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 boxes. So 3 knives, I'm gonna do 2 boxes each and see how they feel, kind of feel up the edge retention a little bit. But I also have to cut up this suitcase, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it because it's too big for our trash can with all the stuff that's already in there that my wife had, you know, packaging and stuff that got sent from Japan. So yeah, we'll get into it right about now. I'm gonna start speeding it up and get started on the cutting. So I'm noticing on this one that that jimping that I talked about is kind of hot spotty as you're cutting. I haven't got the piece of wood out yet, and it's catching and tearing for some reason, and I don't know if that's. I'm gonna give it a fair shot. These boxes are all taped, so we're gonna see. But this is, for those of you guys, like, you guys don't see me do the testing, doesn't mean that I don't test knives. All the knives that I use when they get a review get a test. I'm not seeing this holding its edge real well, it doesn't feel like. Okay, so I think one box is all we're gonna get out of this one. It's hot spotty. It didn't feel like it when you're holding it, but when you're doing actual cutting, I haven't even gotten into the pulling out the wood stick that I use for the hard spot. This, I mean, I will admit these are pretty hard boxes, but I'm not real happy with how this cuts. Is it horrible? No, but I think one box is all we're gonna get out of it. So this one's really struggling to get. I mean, like, I'm having to use a lot of effort to even cut through this box. So I'm cutting off pieces, and there's a lot of times that it just wants to tear the paper. So, like, that's only, see, that's at a pivot point, but all right, back to the high speed. Now, all right, guys, so the edge on this one's gone. I just put a fresh edge on this the other day. The edge on it is basically spent. That was one box. So don't know if that Damascus is exactly what I want. So there we go. There's the first one. I'm not even going to finish that box. I already can tell it's already. So let me bring my hand and I'll show you guys. Let me see if I can get in there. See how red? Oh, that's all from that jimping right there. So, yeah, let's go ahead and I'll pause this and we'll bring up the next knife. Okay, so next I'm gonna bring up that Shikari. It's got a larger blade, it's got a lot more cutting surface, and we'll try it and see. I already had done a little bit of cutting with it, so I'm this already, I can tell you, is much more comfortable in hand. So I'm gonna try and finish up the box that I started with on the Tranchadon. Oh yeah, much better, much more comfortable in hand. This is a very hard box, so. All right, to the time lapse with you. Okay, so you guys know this is a double-walled box, so this knife is cutting better, but it is a very, very hard box that I'm cutting right now. So this is a much more comfortable knife to use in hand. This box is tough. Double wall cardboard. This is a comfortable knife to cut with. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a very, very thick box, so it's putting up a fight. But I think the Shikari is winning. Guys, look at this cardboard. This is like double wall thickness corrugated cardboard. And this thing is holding its edge. I was just checking it. It is holding its edge. But I don't know how much more it's got in it. This might be its last box. But don't forget, this finished up the box that the other knife couldn't. But I think we've reached a point where it's kind of got its maximum. So we'll see what the S90V does. So I'm going to stop right here because I got to empty this out. All right, I found a couple other pieces of cardboard that needed to be cut up anyway. And my wife had started to cut them up, but some small packaging. I'm going to give that Tranchodon another chance on some more typical. These boxes are not typical. These are boxes that they ship water and stuff in throughout Japan, so they're pretty sturdy boxes. The Tranchodon on some thinner, like retail packaging, isn't bad. It really isn't. I'm not having to put that much, but it's still tearing. It's still ripping and tearing. So take that as you will. I don't know. I'm gonna put an edge back on it because it is dull now. And I would have to. I'm gonna have to send it back to Jared with the edge, or I could just send it back dull. I don't know. Not bad. If you're just cutting up retail packaging, not a bad knife so far. But if you're cutting up something like heavy-duty shipping packages and stuff like that for shipping stuff to and from overseas, don't know. On the Amazon style packaging, even the double wall, even on the Amazon style, it's just wanting to tear it. It doesn't want to cut. So there you go. Give it a fair shake. Don't like it right now. I'll have to make some further opinions about it. Back to the Shikari. Yeah, that's so much. This is so much nicer to cut with. It's just a lot of adhesive stuck on this blade. But it is definitely much more comfortable to cut with without all that jimping on it. So some of this video might wind up in the actual videos about the knife. But like if you're just getting a retail package like this is from a massage gun or a scale that my wife sent. So this box is now made with less material. These are kind of damp too, so like this box is a little bit damp. My wife set it out at the front door for me to put out. I was like, no, put it in the garage. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. It's still trying to cut, but it has lost its edge. So this was that powdered Damascus that's on that Shikari. All right, so let's go ahead and bring up the super steel portion of this, which is S90V. So I have 2.5 portions. I don't know this knife. Oh my God. Okay. This knife has a fresh edge on it, as do those, and this cuts so well. So yeah, let's go ahead and do some time lapse. Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. I'm not lying to you. As much as this probably is going to hold up better, it is uncomfortable to cut with. This is not a great knife for cutting this style cardboard. So guys, there was a little bit more that I filmed, and one file would not go over. It was corrupted. Something happened during the filming, and then my phone was completely full
for some reason. I was dealing with Apple. There's a storage issue. At any rate, I didn't get to film the other thing. I tried 2 other knives. I have to admit that the 3 knives that I tried, those boxes were incredibly hard. I filmed some wood cutting and stuff like that, and I just didn't get it in. But I mean, already the video is like 18 minutes or something like that of just me cutting. I did a heavy cut test on all those. The Troncodon, I'm going to give another edge, and we're going to see how it performs in the future. And I'll do the same thing. The Shikari did really well. Of the 3 knives, it was the most comfortable to cut with and cut the best overall. So, you know, a lot of it has to do with the Benchmade. That's not a good test for that. Super hard duty shipping packages. So at any rate, guys, that's the end of the video. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. You know all the other stuff. Affiliate links down below. Membership tab down below. Merch store down below. If you purchase one of my shirts and send me a picture of you wearing it, I will put it in a video. That's it, guys. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments, and I'll see you next time.